This is 5 on your side at 5. Focused on you.
We are still in weather alert tonight. Much of our area had heavy rain and gusty winds today. While the rain is thankfully over, we still have a wind advisory for another hour. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Kelly Jackson.
And I'm Brent Solomon. Let's go ahead and check in with Jim Castillo for the Weather First forecast. Jim.
Yes, what a day. 63 mile per hour wind gust at Smart Field in St. Charles. We had 3 inches of rain in Washington, Missouri, and then 2.5 inches of snow in portions of Macoupin County and also Montgomery County, a little bit of snow there. But right now, Arnold, it's still very cloudy. The rain has stopped and 43 degrees at this moment. Now, the Doppler weather radar is showing just a little bit of moisture. Let's zoom in there from Montgomery County and also a little slither of Macoupin County. It was snow. It changed back over to rain. We knew that wouldn't be too much of an issue as temperatures stayed basically above freezing, but it did accumulate in a couple of spots up north. So right now the wind speeds are still high. Flora 43 miles an hour and 23 at Sparta, but you can see really relaxing on the Missouri side. Still that wind advisory till 9 o'clock. It's south and east of the metro, but for the metro until 6 o'clock. So another hour to go here, and some of those wind gusts are still as high as 50 miles an hour to the southeast of the metro. Flood warnings in effect for high rivers. Minor flooding though for the Merrimack River, but it's still running very high. And there's that storm system. Boy, some tornado watches still in effect to the east of us, and I'll have much more on a wonderful weekend forecast coming up in just a bit.
Looking forward to that, Jim. And you can get the Weather First forecast sent right to your phone. Just text weather to 314-425-5355.
Well, Kelly, this weekend, thousands of people will be in downtown St. Louis for several events, including the St. Louis City SC home opener. It comes at a time when safety in the city has become a huge focus.
Yeah, just a few hours ago, the St. Louis Police Department addressed reporters talking about what they're going to do to step up safety. And Justina Coronel is here in studio to tell us about that. Justina.
Yeah, Kelly, so safety concerns in downtown St. Louis are at the forefront right now, especially after a series of events. Just this week, a man was shot and killed execution style on North Tucker Boulevard, and blocks away, a volleyball player lost her legs after getting hit by a car 2 weeks ago. Now, police tell us today they expect up to 30,000 people this Saturday.
Downtown is safe.
It's reassurance from Captain Pierre Benoist with St. Louis Police Department. From the Home and Garden Show at the Dome to St. Louis City SC's home opener and the tournament at Enterprise Center for Arch Madness, downtown will be bustling.
We strongly believe that when there's a large crowd, obviously chances of something occurring, decrease heavily.
At Friday night, St. Louis City's SC's block party, police expect 5,000 people just there.
We will have some specialized units down here tonight.
Police believe with basketball and soccer on Saturday, that alone will host a crowd of 30,000 people. That means they'll add 45 extra officers to the mix.
Additional officers in uniform and in plain clothes, officers in undercover capacity, mainly driving the parking lots and, trying to prevent car break-ins.
And the focus isn't just on the venues.
They'll be, throughout the downtown West area.
Benoist noted the risk of speedy drivers.
Our mobile reserve and SWAT unit will be working the entire weekend.
He said this crew specifically tries to prevent car slideshows.
We have our traffic unit, and we'll have the bikes, and we'll have other officers working starting tomorrow roughly about noon.
While police explain they're doing their part, they ask everyone to do theirs too.
You leave your guns at home. You do not bring them down.
Now, the captain also said they'll get help from other officers as well. St. Louis County Police should be there to provide support inside the soccer stadium.
This 5 on your side St. Louis City SC coverage is sponsored by Together Credit Union.
Mentioned earlier, St. Louis City SC plays its first home match tomorrow. And in the last hour, we heard from the MLS commissioner.
That's right. We want to get right over to 5 on your side sports director, Frank Cusimano, who's live at City Park. Hey there, Frank.
Brent and Kelly, good to be with you. We just saw Commissioner Gardner take a tour of this magnificent facility, and it was interesting because he'd stop like every 7 steps and say, wow, look at that. wow, look at that. He was like a kid in a candy store. And that's the way you're going to feel when you walk into City Park for the first time. It is truly amazing. Now, Commissioner Gardner has really wanted to bring soccer to St. Louis for a long time. He knew about the 10 national championships of St. Louis University. He knew about the soccer passion in our town. And finally, he gets to see an MLS game in St. Louis, and we talked about that earlier today.
I'm a believer in great things happen to those that wait. You know, St. Louis was on the original list when MLS was founded in 1996, but we didn't have the Taylor family. We didn't have the dream of what this could be. It just wasn't quite right. And
you know, I've been covering sports here in St. Louis for 30 years now, and I really believe tomorrow is going to be one of the greatest sporting events I've ever covered. With photographer Randy Schwenker, I'm Frank Cusimano. Let's send it back.
And that says a lot. Frank, thanks. In a little over an hour, St. Louis City SC will host its inaugural block party. It's tonight at 6:30. There will be even more fun tomorrow from 4 until game time. There will be local food, drinks, music, and giveaways. You'll need a ticket for the event today, but not tomorrow. And there are lots of watch parties happening tomorrow for the big match. To get a list, just text the word soccer to 314-425-5355.
Missouri's Attorney General has subpoenaed St. Louis Circuit Attorney Kim Gardner and Mayor Tashara Jones. He is asking for emails, voicemails, and text messages between them over the past 6 years. This is related to his legal case against Gardner to remove her from office. Gardner has been criticized for not fully prosecuting a man who hit a teenage girl in St. Louis, causing her to lose both of her legs. And just yesterday, the Missouri State Auditor also subpoenaed Gardner for her financial records.
Police in St. Louis are getting a pay raise. Starting pay will go from $50,000 to nearly $54,000. Officers with less than a decade of experience will get an 8% raise. Officers with more experience will get a 10% raise. And those with 21 to 30 years of experience will get a 12% boost. Sergeants will also get raises based on their experience. The St. Louis Police Officers Association says these raises will cost the city around $16 million.
It has been almost a month since a car crash in Lincoln County killed 3 high school students and critically injured 2 others. Police say the car was going too fast, went airborne, and hit a tree.
Our Elise Schoenig joins us in studio with how the community can help the families of those victims. Elise.
Well, from the moment this tragedy happened, this community has wrapped its arms around these grieving families. And tomorrow, there's another way that anyone who wants to help can. Now, there will be a fundraiser event at the Factory on Cherry that's in Troy, Missouri. It's from 12 to 4 p.m. There will be food from local restaurants, raffles, and T-shirts that people can buy. Now, 100% of these proceeds go to the families to cover funeral and medical costs. Now, I talked with the aunt of one of the teens who died in this crash. His name was Caden Tyler.
It's just been an ongoing outpour of support and love from the community and from our village, and it's kept us together, it's kept us whole.
Now, coming up at 6, you'll hear even more on how you can help tomorrow from one of the organizers herself.
Thank you, Elise.